Hey, what? You woke me up.
Sorry.
Are we going to talk about records?
Yeah, I got a grab bag for you. Have you ever seen one of those?
I have, and to think that there's a camera on me at the same time when you want to talk about records and a grab bag,
I know.
that is really a fortunate experience.
First
for me.
up, I found this. I think we might have talked a little bit about this artist before,
Yeah.
but I didn't just have him under R. I had him under L. So here's Little Richard's greatest
Well, that
hits.
happens with a lot of artists,
And greatest hits for Little Richard. That's the way I'd go. I mean, I think I have. I've got a couple of different Little Richard's greatest hits collections. A lot of times I can't think of a certain record that you just go, oh, Little Richard, this is the record, right? That like a lot of you'd see.
You're right on that.
Dark Side of the Moon. That's the record,
Yeah, yeah.
But this can't think of anything like that for Little Richard.
No,
And so I think
no.
greatest hits collections are the way to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
And The Girl Can't Help It, Lucille, Tutti Frutti, Send Me Some Lovin'. Good Golly Miss Molly, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, Any Way You Want Me. You Gotta Feel It, Get Down With It, recorded live. It probably has that energy. I did get to see him live once at a Bumbershoot, and later on, and where he's like taking off his watch and trying to hand out watches to people and watch how excited they would get. A little too much show is what I like to say, then versus let's hear some more music. And I wanted to hear more music. So
I think that was, though, pretty consistent throughout his career, that he had a little over the top. I mean, he would probably be pretty proud of it. He might even say, "Shut up!"
You bet. You know it. Yeah, that's it. Next artist, we have Little Feat. This one is Sailing Shoes. I have a number here of Little Feat records. So, Dizzy, what do you know about Little Feat? I'm just going to go right there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know much.
You don't know much?
No, I don't.
I thought they were, before 70, maybe you had a...
When
they started, not so much, huh?
No.
Okay, well, I always liked Little Feat. They were one that I slowly grew on. Some of the drummers in the group, the drum corps I was in, were like, oh yeah, Feet Don't Fail Me Now. And I was like, what's that all about?
I remember that the founding creative force there was Lowell George. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that Lowell George died before this group, really got.
Well, they were going. They were definitely going.
Oh yeah. But anyway, he left, and because I don't remember whether it was health or an accident or what, but he was gone.
Yes, he was gone.
And but the band still put out very good records after that.
They did.
And they're still
Bill Payne, one of the other members, and they got in good people. I did see them at the Kingdom, the Coliseum, back when it was called the Coliseum, now called Climate Pledge. But I always enjoyed Little Feat.
How would you classify it? You wouldn't call it country.
It's definitely Southern.
Okay, so we call it Southern rock?
I think that would be probably a fair call. Snake on Everything, Strawberry Flats, and a little Americana maybe thrown in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
They had just a lot of great sounds.
I remember this album, and I liked it. I remember playing this album quite a bit and liking it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing any titles here that are grabbing me right off the top, but of course, this is the one that really took them over the top when they did a live record, and this is the original master recording version of it. Fat Man in the Bathtub. I'm looking for Don't Bogart That Joint by Spanish Moon. I know Tower of Power horn section helped on that one. Dixie Chicken, Rocket in My Pocket, Trip Face Boogie, Willin'.
Oh, that was
Yeah, I guess it was side 4 that really knocked it out of the park. You had Willin' and then Don't Bogart That Joint back to back. And I think a lot of times the FM stations would play the two together. And Just great stuff. And gives a feeling of, a trucker driving along the road, and it just has a slow, kind of easy feel to it, and a story to go along with it.
Well,
And,
congratulations on having it as an original master recording.
yeah. So just a great, and then of course the cover right there with the tomato, just clever, fun, all that all in one. So
I'm
And
kind of
even
surprised
later
that
stuff was great.
you showed this, but is this a request to send them back your name and address and phone number, and you're to say whether this is whether it has any problems or something, right?
I don't know. I never really studied it. Sorry, but a certificate, a limited warranty. There's a limited warranty with this record.
Oh, a warranty with the record.
Yeah, limited.
Yeah,
Limited. Like,
limited.
did you play it? Oh, sorry. Null and void. Did you open the plastic? Oh, no, null and void.
It says if you mishandle it or abuse it, the warranty is off.
Off. Yeah. No, I'm sure.
But you know what? I mean, just that it's there.
There
It's
is
quite,
something, yeah.
quite impressive.
Yeah. No, that is good. No,
It's a certificate.
But
dig that.
with the original master recordings, they were at the time you were spending $20 or more for the original.
Well, yeah,
master
think what
recording.
they'd cost now.
Yeah,
You
no.
get yourself $100 and a half. And
Maybe,
start playing
yeah,
ball with them.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'll bet you can get a newer copy of this original master recording now, and you'll find out the reality of today's pricing.
yeah, no, I don't really want to know the reality. I'm fine with just what
I don't blame you.
that I have it and be glad with it. Okay, from that we're going to go to Gary Lewis, which is Jerry Lewis's son, but and Jerry had a little bit of a recording career as well. I actually have one of his records, and I like Jerry's singing. I think he did a nice job. But this is his son, Gary Lewis, and he had Count Me In, and what's something about a ring? Does it say on this one? Does it have, no, Save Your Heart For Me? He also had something about a ring.
I remember that song.
But
I always thought that this was pretty much schmaltzy, teen stuff, and all.
All that.
Most, if you were at a record store right now and you brought him in this Gary Lewis and the Playboys records, this is called a session with Gary Lewis and the Playboys. They'd say, "Please, I have a reputation here." I mean,
whatever. I still remember the record and the songs, and I still
"Count Me In" was not a bad song. I mean,
exactly.
I have to
It's
admit.
still kind of fun to
I mean,
listen
there's
to.
only a couple songs from this group that ever
Made
did
it.
anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And then our next artist up is Jerry Lee Lewis.
Killer.
The Killer. And he had a lot of records. And he, of course, he had that relationship, their marriage with his cousin, which really tainted his sellability. And it definitely hurt his marketability, I guess. So he had some rough patch there where he was going from different labels and stuff, but it didn't mean he wasn't really working really hard, and especially when you catch these live concerts that he did. I think there was one, I think I have it on CD, that I think he did in London. But I always enjoy hearing the Killer sing live, and this has a lot of stuff that's maybe not. It doesn't even, I don't even seem like
His gift was the theater of it. I mean,
Right.
he
look at the back here.
well, and that guy could play any part of that piano, kneeling,
Standing, kicking over the bench, and,
whatever, jumping around, and
he would give it
and
to
his
you.
hair was long and curly, and it purposely was flying every which way.
A wild man.
Wild man, that's all right, and he really put his heart and soul into it. But in his later years, he became kind of withdrawn almost. He was like just sit at the piano and kind of lazily put out a song. And I listen to those with a really bad attitude. And I come away saying, hey, he got me. It's pretty good.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, he
Even with a bad movie,
it's
it's still
like
pretty good.
Jerry Lee Lewis, the soulful,
Uh-huh.
Jerry Lee Lewis country style.
Yeah.
You know, and I go,
yeah, I did some country ones. Too.
yeah. And I go, you sold me, Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Jenny on this one.
Yeah.
Memphis, Hound Dog. I got a woman, high heel sneakers.
He didn't have to go over the top, you know.
Well, he didn't always have to do his own stuff either. A whole lot of
No.
shaking going on. And this is on Smash, but it,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Well, that was his label for a
and
long,
this-
long time.
And this is listed as the greatest live show on earth. But I think you could argue.
Well, that's the one that
Pretty
brings
good.
the biggest money. Is
Oh,
that
is it?
this album in your hands?
Well,
The greatest live show on earth, and it pretty much delivers.
okay, and then from that, let's go to another Lewis, Huey Lewis.
Oh, I'd love to. I never saw that band live, but and that's
Yeah, and from San Francisco, and still never saw. I did
Yeah.
get to see him live. Actually, I got to see him live, and they had the Tower Power horns with them, and fireworks were thrown behind the band where I would happen to be sitting behind the band, and landed in my lap. So it was a very exciting concert. A little too exciting for me. I was like, "Hey, wait! I don't need fireworks going off in my lap, thanks." But
for the time. This is a 6-member band, evidently, and you know.
Sex and even more when they had the horns.
That's right, yeah.
But at that point, you know, after sports,
And you
they
want to
were-
hear that band with the horns. I mean, that would be a letdown not to have the horns. When I think of the album Sports, I mean, horns is a big part of that.
And this is also
Yeah.
a band that really focused on their vocals too. You know,
Yeah. Oh.
they would do some harmonizing,
Oh,
and sometimes they just let go a cappella.
they did that
right?
before a World Series game, I believe, the Star Spangled Banner a cappella. And you would swear that you had talked about how the Brian Wilson of the Four Freshmen, and he was inspired by their harmonies, and that he tried to incorporate that in the Beach Boys. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Huey Lewis says that he was inspired by such groups as
Right.
the Beach Boys and others, and that he tried to do that as well.
Maybe
in
when
his
you look at the
songs.
back and they're holding a surfboard, yeah, that might be
Wow, what a coincidence, huh?
might be a thing. But I did see them on a interview one time where they did break out into a cappella vocal where they all sang, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, to
Talented group,
Yeah,
all the way
do
through.
it, do
all
it.
the way through.
yeah, do it just live right there. And okay, you want to start? Okay.
And to be in San Francisco, and right across the bay, there was the Tower Power horn sections that were willing to jump in for recording sessions. Great.
Well, and for tour
Yeah.
as well. And also, I think of they had that song, not a new drug, but or was it? No, it was the hip to be square. Hip
Yeah.
to be square. And Tower of Power had what is hip, and so hip to be square was kind of a homage to Tower of Power's
What a word.
homage. Yes.
Ooh.
And
He never taught English or anything.
Excellent stuff out of Huey Lewis, and recognizing.
They had a
this is
Broadway
the fun
musical
stuff.
that was short, recently on Broadway. It was short-lived, I'm sorry to say, but there was interviews with Huey, and apparently he had vocal problems.
Right,
that
and he
came
also
up.
has some hearing problems too.
Oh,
I
is
think,
that too?
as well?
Okay.
So no.
Which is too bad,
it's
or
a
that
tough
band
thing.
would have continued.
He's one of those that has the high pitch going on in his ear, and so it can be a
Distraction.
Yeah, more than a distraction. It can be painful. This final artist is John Lennon's son,
Sean.
Julien Lennon. Hey Jude, he was the kind of the impetus there on that one, but.
He still puts out records, I know that.
Does he? Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
good. I haven't heard anything from lately, but this was like his first record. Below.
I think he's involved in the reissues of some of his father's material as well, whether he's watching the mastering or whatever, but he's involved in the.
Well, I remember he during the COVID, he put out a video with him singing "Imagine." Excellent, excellent, just really good. And this record here, I really like a lot. So
I see it's produced by Phil Ramone, which
Yeah.
means you got an excellent producer too.
Yeah, well, it was just very good, and I'd like to see all of the. I know they did just recently. It's not. I don't know. Julian. I don't think Julian was involved with it, but 3 of the children of the Beatles got together. One of the Starkeys and one of McCartney's, and I can't remember the other son's name, but Sean.
You're
Is it Sean?
talking about
Sean.
George Harrison's son, aren't you?
No, Sean.
Oh, that's Sean.
Sean Lennon. So Sean Lennon.
George Harrison's son is Sean Lennon.
No.
Isn't that something?
No, George Harrison's son was involved in this project. That's
Oh,
I'm
and
saying.
what is his name?
George Harrison's son?
That's the name I thought you were trying to dredge out.
No, it wasn't.
No.
And right now I can't pull it out of my head right now. But he's also a fine musician. And but anyway, it was nice to see that they're trying to do something together. I always thought it would be great for them to do something together. The little bit I heard wasn't jaw dropping or anything like that. But I don't care. I'm glad they're doing something together and trying to share their love of music. And it doesn't have to be awesome, doesn't have to be anything. Just, have fun.
I agree 1,000% because the chances of them being on any level like their parents is 0. So enjoy.
Why even go there, right?
Right. So just be happy
just
to be
be happy.
involved in the music. You probably have some of that talent that your father and mother would be glad to see you, out
Share.
there and
Share
pursue,
with those others,
pursue
right.
it on any level that you enjoy.
Exactly. So that's the end of this grab bag. And
Well, I think it was a very excellent grab bag. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, congratulations to you.
No,
No, it's all
thank
you. It's all
No,
you.
I
No.
want to thank you.
No.
I have to be
Please,
fair
please,
about
no.
this.
All right.
And I thank all the people that
Yes, thank you.
watch this.
Yes,
It's
we
very
appreciate
nice of you to watch us.
Thank you.
And
Therapy will be coming.
Yeah. Don't expect a lot of results from therapy because I don't really think there's a lot at the other side. But at any rate, I'm going to be out of here for right now. Are you out?
Yeah, I'm out.
You're
Okay,
out?
camp out.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot.